Hi, my name is Morgan Sanders, and this is my design matrix. For seat one, I just had a classic metal bench from the ASU campus, where the comfortability is not very high. It is very cheap to make since they're mass produced. Because of mass production, it is not very environmentally friendly because it is very high and possibly like pollution and safety. It's pretty high since these are pretty sturdy um, and hard to break. Sustainability is in between. It's not very, it could be renewable and reused if broken down, but we do not know about the manufacturing since they were probably mass produced. Social impact, since these are just kind of for waiting in between class, it's not very high. It's just there to wait and sit. The function is pretty high as it allows for people to sit and wait for classes. As you can see, it's sitting right next to a classroom. Aesthetics, it's not very aesthetically friendly or pleasing because it is just a plain metal bench. Going on to the picnic benches, it is also not very comfortable since it is metal with the little grates and holes. The cost is around the same as the metal bench as it is a different kind of metal and slightly rubber. Because of this, it does not also have a good environmental impact. It's about in the middle. It could have a lot of pollution. It's mostly safe. You do see these broken quite often in parks. So it's pretty safe, but there is a chance that I don't know, that you could possibly fall through or something could hit you, or even a child could get their fingers stuck in the little holes. Sustainability, again, we don't, these are probably mass produced so that they are not very renewable in resources since the green is rubber. Social impact, I'd say it's higher than that of the metal bench since there's grills. It brings people together to sit and eat together. The function is pretty high as it allows for people to sit, eat, and enjoy the nice weather. Aesthetics, it's not very pretty. It's just in the back of my apartment complex. And so all you really have is dirt and a wall and another gate. For three, we have outdoor dining at a new restaurant off of Terrace. The comfortability, it does have a plush little bench, it looks like. So it would be a little bit higher. The cost is also a little bit less or more than that of a metal bench because it has tiles, it's made of wood, even if it may be fake wood. And it has the like plush lining. Environmental impact, it is possibly better since it breaks down more, and these are possibly made by hand, meaning that they are not as wasteful and harmful in pollution. Safety, it's pretty good. There's a roof, there's a gate. It doesn't really have any ways that you could hurt yourself or break yourself unless you hit a corner of the triangle table. Sustainability, again, we don't know how it's manufactured. So assuming that it was mass produced potentially, it is a little lower. If it wasn't, it might be a little bit higher. The materials cannot be reused, but it is pretty good in social impact for that reason. Since it is a restaurant, people are coming together to eat and have coffee and have a purpose of meeting. The function for all of that then is a 9. It's comfortable, it's bringing people together, it's doing its purpose, and it's very aesthetically pleasing, as we can see. It would be a nice little area to sit. It's closed off from the other tables. It'd be very nice to just sit and have a drink in the morning. Next, we have a classroom table at ASU and Hayden Library. The comfortability is not very high. The cost is very high as these are the tables in all of the lower levels of Hayden Library. So they are mass produced and easy to make, especially since they are plastic, fake wood, everything like that. Because it's plastic, environmental impact is a little bit lower. It uh it is a little more detrimental since plastic is harder on the environment to make and cannot be reused. Due to that, it is really safe though. It's in a classroom. It's hard to break the chairs since they are pretty sturdy unless you really try. The table has no break points. Like I said, these are not very renewable resources, so it did get a lower sustainability. Social impact, you're coming together for class. So I believe that this is a great social impact. You're sitting together, interacting about different classes, and because of that, the function is amazing. The function of the table does its purpose. People come sit. They are somewhat comfortable for class. They're able to see the classroom screens. They are able to talk to their peers and learn. They are not aesthetically pleasing since you are not coming to class for aesthetics, you're coming to learn. Lastly, we have Hayden Library's lower level seating. They are not very comfortable. As you can see, they are just thin metal chairs. But the cost is very high because of this. They are mass produced. There's probably 100 of these at least in the lower level. The environmental impact because of this is lower since again they are being mass produced. There's likely a lot of pollution being made when the metal chairs are being made. They're pretty safe. They're protected by Hayden Library. It's not very easy to break these chairs or the tables, even though they are very thin. They're very sturdy if you sit in them. Sustainability, you could reuse the metal resources. The umbrellas could not be reused, but you could definitely burn down and melt the metal into another chair if it were to break. Social impact, I'd say it's pretty high. It's not as high as you don't see very many people sitting down here, but it allows for people to come together and sit and relax, study, or just enjoy the nice weather before going to class. Because of this, the function is 8. It is doing its purpose. It is pretty aesthetically pleasing to sit down there. People are coming together, and all around it is a nice time. Thank you so much for watching my video.